It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports.
Yellow, on the line. Cut.
Now a handoff looking right. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Keep playing.
And our Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
Yellow. Let's go, little lady.
I got you, boy. Watch out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
15.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Mahomes going to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
Right there.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 18-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah. Easy. Here we go again. Attack. Slap. Motion. Mike's 50, Mike's right.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
So 1st and goal, and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
57.
They'll try to run this one in. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
That white 90. 380. Watch the slant. Hey, watch it. Orange left 4. Blue draw 40. White, 80 high.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Rivers to throw this time. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And it's complete. Henry And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 31 yards there and a first down.
First down, Steelers.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Cluster. 53 is the mic.
Hey, I-7.
From the gun, Rivers. And caught by Henry. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rivers. That's complete to his running back, Connor. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Bang, 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 bang.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. To throw is Rivers. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Emmanuel Ogbah. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Alpha! Bravo!
Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. I'm here all day.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to a position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. zone. We'll see what they do. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Kill, turn up.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
You ain't doing nothing.
Now Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, baby.
They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Let's go, baby.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. We got 4. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey. Check 43.
Throwing Rivers. And this is incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. On 3rd down, it's Conner. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D.
Orange 5-4.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. To Connor on the check down. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Throwing, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we're at halftime in this AFC Wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Exit. Check, check. Press down.
Third quarter starts with a run from Connor, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Switch.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers into heavy traffic, and now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield, and I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Yo,
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now here's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now left side on the swing pass. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to Connor here on first. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, Richard. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Delta!
Play action now. Rivers. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, go Orange. Orange. 89.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Washington's got him. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
Different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go, Ollie.
50.
Come on. You better. Right side.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now counter. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. That's the pass.
Mike, 53.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Rivers. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the
pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown? An 8-yard touchdown run. And the interception by the Steeler Dean leads to a touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Montez Sweat. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mahomes now to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And now look at him go. 30, 10, 5. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
I'm going back to you.
From the 27, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll run again with Jackson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's coming this way. Here we go.
On third down, this is Jackson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Mike. Squeeze, double.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on,